Have you ever wondered why some people wake up feeling powerful, ready to conquer the day, while others open their eyes feeling drained, stiff, and weaker than when they went to bed? How is it possible that two people, both exercising hard, both eating right, and both getting what looks like a full night's rest, can have such completely different results? That question is the heartbeat of transformation, because the difference isn't just in what they do during the day, it's in what happens when they're not even awake. You see, your muscles don't grow in the gym, they grow in silence when you sleep. Every workout you push through, every lift, every drop of sweat, that's not the finish line, that's the setup. The gym is where you send the signal, but sleep is where your body answers. It's during those deep hours of rest that your muscle fibers rebuild, your hormones rebalance, and your nervous system resets. Yet, most people never give this part the respect it deserves. They think the key to muscle growth is more effort, more sets, more supplements. But here's the truth, the strongest version of you is built when you're not doing anything at all. Think about that for a second. While you sleep, your body is performing one of the most advanced biological repair operations on Earth. Every cell, every tissue is being reprogrammed to adapt to the stress you placed on it during the day. The fuel you've eaten, the oxygen you've breathed, the signals your brain has sent. All of it comes together in the stillness of the night. That's when the blueprint of strength is written. Here's the catch. Just because you're sleeping doesn't mean you're recovering. Real recovery isn't automatic. It's earned through balance. You can go to bed for 8 hours and still wake up weak if your body doesn't have what it needs to rebuild. And that's where most people fall short. We chase new workouts, we count our protein, we forget the chemistry that makes it all work. The truth is, inside your body right now, there's a quiet war happening between breakdown and repair, and that battle never stops. During the day, your training tears down muscle fibers. At night, your body rushes to rebuild them stronger. But it can only do that if it has the raw materials, the right nutrients, to fuel the process. Without them, your body is forced to patch itself together with whatever it can find, and that means slower recovery, weaker gains, and more fatigue when you wake. So the question isn't just, did you sleep? The real question is, did you recover? Because muscle growth is not just about time in bed, it's about what your body can do with that time. When you understand that you stop treating sleep as a break and start treating it as a weapon, that's when you begin to wake up with real energy, real strength, and real progress you can feel. That's the difference between those who look alive and those who just look tired. Between those who sleep to escape the day and those who sleep to rebuild for the next one. The secret isn't in the hours, it's in the chemistry happening while you dream. And that's exactly where the two vitamins we'll talk about come in, the silent forces that turn ordinary rest into powerful growth. You see, most people underestimate the power of sleep, not just as rest, but as transformation. Sleep isn't just downtime, it's prime time for growth. While you drift into those deeper stages of rest, your body doesn't simply shut off. It shifts gears into a powerful rebuilding mode. Growth hormone surges. Protein synthesis kicks in. Damaged muscle fibers are repaired, strengthened, and fortified for another day. Your body isn't idle, it's engineering your next level of strength. Here's where it gets interesting. Not all sleep is equal. Some people spend 8 hours in bed yet only experience a few minutes of true, deep recovery. Why? Because the quality of your sleep depends on the nutrients that drive it. Think of sleep as a factory and your body as the machinery. Without the right fuel, that machinery can't run efficiently. You may lie there for hours, but the repair process remains sluggish, incomplete, or disrupted. When you get restorative sleep, real sleep, your muscles soak up amino acids like sponges. Your brain clears toxins, your hormones rebalance naturally, and this isn't just about physical gains, it's about energy, focus, and resilience. A well-rested body performs better in every way. You push harder, recover faster, and stay sharper. But let's be honest, modern life is working against that kind of recovery. We stay up late under artificial light, scroll through glowing screens, and fill our evenings with stress instead of stillness. All of that tells your brain, stay awake, stay alert. It confuses your natural rhythm, dulls your hormone response, and sabotages your muscle growth before it even begins. That's why understanding how to make sleep work for you, not against you, is a game changer. When you get it right, when your body has the nutrients and balance it needs, you don't just wake up rested, you wake up renewed. Your muscles are tighter, your energy is higher, your mind is clearer. You feel like your body finally caught up with your effort. And that's what we're after. Not just sleep, but recovery that builds strength, energy, and confidence. Because when you learn to treat your nights as seriously as your workouts, you stop merely surviving the day and start waking up stronger than you were yesterday. Now let's talk about the first key player in this nighttime transformation, vitamin D. Most people think of it as the bone vitamin, the thing you get from sunlight, maybe something your doctor mentions once a year. But what many don't realize is that vitamin D is one of the most powerful muscle building nutrients in your entire system. It's not just a vitamin, it acts like a hormone commanding your body to repair, grow, and perform. When you step into the sun, your skin begins producing vitamin D naturally. But here's the problem. Most people today aren't getting enough of it. We spend our days indoors, behind glass, under artificial light, and that deficiency doesn't just affect your mood. It affects your muscles. Vitamin D slows down protein synthesis, reduces testosterone levels, and weakens the very fibers that make you strong. In other words, you can train like a champion, but without this vitamin, your body can't fully cash in on all that hard work. Studies in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology have shown that people with optimal vitamin D levels have significantly greater muscle strength and faster recovery times. Why? Because vitamin D switches on the genes that control muscle repair. It's like flipping the grow switch inside your body. When you sleep, vitamin D helps your cells use amino acids more efficiently, so every ounce of protein you've eaten actually goes toward building new muscle tissue instead of being wasted. But here's the best part. It doesn't just help your muscles, it helps your hormones too. Vitamin D supports healthy testosterone production in men and women, which fuels energy, endurance, and motivation. When your vitamin D is low, your recovery feels sluggish, your motivation fades, and even your workouts feel heavier than they should. It's not just in your head, it's in your chemistry. The good news? Fixing it is simple. Spend at least 15 to 20 minutes in direct sunlight each day. No glass, no sunscreen during that short window. If you live somewhere with limited sun, foods like salmon, egg yolks, fortified milk, and mushrooms can help bridge the gap. And for some, a daily supplement can make a world of difference. Because here's the truth, you can't build strength in darkness if your body is starving for light. Vitamin D is your body's way of turning sunlight into strength, and when you give your body that gift, you're not just sleeping, you're rebuilding. You're turning every night into an opportunity to grow, repair, and wake up stronger than ever. The second key player in your nighttime transformation is magnesium, the quiet mineral with extraordinary power. Most people don't realize that magnesium is involved in over 300 processes in your body, and one of its most vital roles is helping your muscles relax, recover, and rebuild while you sleep. Without enough magnesium, your body simply can't switch off properly. You may fall asleep, but your mind races, your muscles twitch, tighten, or ache. And when you wake, instead of feeling restored, you feel heavy, tired, and sore, as if your body never really rested at all. Magnesium is the mineral of calm. It tells your muscles, you've done enough for today. It's time to heal. It allows calcium to leave the muscle fibers after contraction so your muscles can release tension. Without that release, your body stays locked in low-level stress mode all night long, burning energy when it should be rebuilding. That's why so many people wake up exhausted even after sleeping for hours, because their recovery switch never really flipped. But magnesium's role goes even deeper. It helps regulate melatonin, the sleep hormone, and supports the production of growth hormone during deep sleep, the very hormone that repairs your tissues and builds lean muscle mass. When magnesium is present in the right amount, your sleep becomes deeper, your nervous system calms, and your body enters that sweet spot where real recovery happens. You fall asleep faster, dream deeper, and wake up recharged. Now, the modern diet has made magnesium deficiency a silent epidemic. Processed foods strip it away, stress burns it faster, and caffeine drains it from the body. So even if you think you're eating well, chances are you're running low. But nature gives us easy ways to fix that. Almonds, cashews, pumpkin seeds, spinach, avocados, dark chocolate, all rich in magnesium. Even a warm bath with Epsom salts can help your body absorb it through the skin. When your magnesium levels are right, you feel it. Your sleep feels different. Your recovery speeds up. The soreness fades faster. Your mind quiets down. It's like your entire system exhales. That's the power of balance, because strength doesn't come only from effort, it comes from recovery. Magnesium is the mineral that bridges the gap between tension and transformation. So when you think about building muscle, don't just think about the gym. Think about what happens in the dark, in silence, when your body is rebuilding itself. Magnesium is the calm in that storm, the nutrient that allows the night to do its work so that by morning, you don't just wake up rested, you wake up stronger. Here's where most people go wrong. They believe muscle growth is just about training harder, eating more protein, or finding the perfect workout split. But none of that matters if your recovery chemistry is broken. You can lift heavy, eat clean, and sleep long hours. But if your vitamin D and magnesium levels are low, your body simply doesn't have the foundation it needs to grow. It's like trying to build a skyscraper on sand. Every effort looks impressive from the outside, but it collapses quietly from within. When these two vitamins are missing, something subtle yet powerful happens. Your recovery slows down. Your muscles stay sore longer. Your energy dips throughout the day. You start feeling that tired but wired exhaustion, the kind where your body's begging for rest, but your mind won't stop racing. That's your nervous system stuck in overdrive, desperately trying to rebuild with no tools left in its toolbox. Low vitamin D means your body struggles to use protein efficiently, so the fuel you're giving it never reaches your muscle fibers. It also lowers testosterone and growth hormone levels, key drivers of strength and regeneration. And low magnesium, that traps your muscles in a constant state of tension. You don't fully relax, you don't fully recharge, and your sleep becomes shallow. You may dream of strength, but your body can't build it. This is why some people feel stuck even though they're doing everything right. They're not lazy, they're not weak, they're depleted. Their cells are running on empty, trying to rebuild without the raw materials they need. And the worst part, you can't feel this deficiency overnight. It creeps in slowly, day after day, until fatigue, brain fog, and slow progress start to feel normal. But normal doesn't mean optimal. The moment you restore these nutrients, everything begins to change. Your energy returns. Your workouts feel powerful again. Your sleep becomes deep and restorative instead of restless. You wake up ready, not reluctant. Because the truth is, your body wants to grow. It's wired to adapt, to rebuild stronger than before. It just needs the chemistry to do it. So, before you chase another supplement or new fitness trend, check your foundation. Ask yourself, am I giving my body what it truly needs to recover? Because no workout plan can outperform a deficiency. When you correct that, when you feed your system the right nutrients, every rep, every hour of sleep, every meal starts to work together. That's when effort becomes progress. That's when sleep becomes power. And that's when you stop hoping to grow and start waking up stronger. Now, let's talk about something most people never even realize is happening: the way modern life quietly drains these two nutrients from your system every single day. You could be eating well, training smart, even supplementing a little, yet still running low. Why? Because the world we live in now is designed to deplete you. Think about your daily routine. You wake up indoors, commute in a car, work under artificial lights, then come home to a glowing screen. You've gone an entire day without real sunlight, and sunlight is your body's main source of vitamin D. It's not just a lifestyle change, it's a biological disruption. Your body evolved to use light as fuel. When you deny it, you're not just missing warmth, you're cutting off a signal your body depends on for strength, mood, and recovery. Then there's stress. Every email, every notification, every rush through traffic silently steals magnesium from your body. Stress hormones like cortisol demand more magnesium to stay balanced. So the more pressure you're under, the more this essential mineral gets burned up. Add caffeine, sugar, and processed foods, each of which depletes magnesium further, and suddenly your body is living in a permanent deficit. This is why so many people are tired even when they sleep. It's why their recovery feels incomplete, their mornings feel heavy, and their muscles ache longer than they should. The modern lifestyle creates a perfect storm of hidden deficiency, and what's worse, you can't see it. You can't measure it just by how you feel, because fatigue, soreness, and irritability have become the new normal. But here's what's powerful. Once you start restoring these nutrients, everything begins to shift. That fog that's been sitting over your energy starts to lift. Your sleep deepens. Your focus sharpens. You start feeling present again. Because your body isn't fighting to survive anymore. It's finally free to thrive. You see, the problem isn't just that we're busy. It's that we've forgotten how to recharge properly. We charge our phones better than we charge our bodies. But you're not a machine, you're biology. And biology needs sunlight, minerals, and rest to rebuild. When you start feeding your system what the modern world has taken away, it's like flipping the lights back on inside yourself. So if you want to wake up stronger, start here. Not with more effort, with more awareness. The world may drain you, but you have the power to replenish. And when you do, every night becomes your comeback. So How do you actually restore these nutrients naturally without overcomplicating it or turning it into another supplement routine you'll forget in a week? The answer is simpler than most people think. Go back to nature. Because the foods that fuel deep recovery and muscle growth aren't hidden in fancy powders or pills. They're found in the very basics we've drifted away from. Let's start with vitamin D. The best and most natural source is sunlight. Just 15 to 20 minutes of real sun exposure each day can make a dramatic difference. You don't need to tan or burn, just let the light touch your skin. Early morning or late afternoon sun is perfect. If you live in a place where sunlight is scarce or you work long hours indoors, foods like salmon, sardines, egg yolks, fortified milk, and even mushrooms exposed to sunlight can help fill that gap. These foods don't just feed your body, they tell your cells, it's time to repair. Now, for magnesium, this mineral lives in the earth and the foods that come from it. Leafy greens like spinach and kale, nuts and seeds like almonds, cashews and pumpkin seeds, even avocados and dark chocolate, all packed with magnesium that relaxes your muscles and calms your nervous system. You can also drink mineral-rich water or add a small pinch of sea salt to your meals to improve absorption. Nature designed these foods not just to nourish you, but to balance you. If you really want to take it up a notch, create a nighttime ritual that combines these nutrients naturally. A dinner of grilled salmon with steamed spinach, followed by a few pieces of dark chocolate. That's not just a meal, that's recovery fuel, or a smoothie made with banana, milk, and almonds before bed. Simple, delicious, and packed with magnesium and vitamin D precursors. These are not just health tips. They're signals you send your body every night saying, grow, heal, restore. Because when you treat your food like fuel for repair, not just calories to count, you unlock a different level of recovery. Your body doesn't just rest, it rebuilds. Your muscles don't just survive the workout, they evolve from it. And that's what these nutrients do. They turn ordinary rest into extraordinary growth. Remember, it's not about chasing perfection, it's about consistency, a little sunlight, a handful of nuts, a few mindful choices each day. That's all it takes to change the way you sleep, the way you feel, and the way you wake up. Because when your body gets what it needs, it does what it was designed to do, grow stronger even in silence. There's a powerful connection between your mind, your body, and the way you recover, a connection most people completely overlook. See, muscle growth isn't just a physical process, it's deeply influenced by your mental and emotional state. When your mind is calm, your hormones stabilize. When you're relaxed, your recovery accelerates. But when you carry stress, anxiety, or frustration into the night, your body stays tense, even in sleep. And tension is the enemy of growth. Think about it, your body doesn't know the difference between emotional stress and physical stress. To your nervous system, pressure is pressure. That argument before bed, that worry about tomorrow, that phone screen glowing beside your pillow, it all keeps your body in fight or flight mode. And in that state, your muscles can't fully relax, your heart rate stays slightly elevated, and your recovery hormones, like growth hormone and melatonin, can't do their job. You may fall asleep, but you never truly rest. Now imagine the opposite. Imagine going to bed in peace, your mind uncluttered, your body loose, your breathing slow. That's when recovery thrives. Magnesium plays a huge role here. It soothes the nervous system, quiets racing thoughts, and signals your brain that it's safe to release tension. Vitamin D2 supports mood regulation by balancing serotonin levels, which helps you fall asleep with a sense of calm rather than exhaustion. But it's not just about nutrients, it's about mindset. Before you sleep, try unplugging from stress. Turn off your devices, dim the lights, and spend 5 minutes just breathing deeply. Picture your muscles healing, your energy being restored. This isn't woo-woo thinking, it's science. Studies have shown that mental calmness enhances physical repair because your body and brain are one continuous system, not separate parts. When you learn to rest your mind, your body follows. You begin to wake up not just physically stronger, but mentally sharper, emotionally lighter, and spiritually steadier. You stop dragging yesterday's stress into today's potential. Because the truth is, recovery is as much about letting go as it is about building up. So treat your nights as sacred. Protect your peace the way you protect your workouts. Because strength doesn't only come from what you lift, it comes from what you release. And when your mind and body recover together, that's when you truly wake up stronger in every sense of the word. When you bring it all together, nutrients, rest, mindset, something incredible happens. You stop just sleeping and start recovering with purpose. You begin to feel that quiet power building inside you each morning, not from caffeine or motivation, but from biology working in your favor. This is what it means to wake up stronger, because every night your body is speaking a simple truth. Give me what I need, and I'll give you everything you're capable of. When you feed it the light of vitamin D and the calm of magnesium, you're not just repairing tissue, you're reprogramming potential. You're giving your body permission to do what it was designed to do: rebuild, refuel, and renew. Most people never realize how much strength they're leaving on the table because they underestimate recovery. They chase intensity, but neglect restoration. They break themselves down beautifully in the gym, fail to rebuild in the dark. Yet that's where champions are made, not in the noise of effort, but in the silence of recovery. When your body has what it needs, everything changes. You fall asleep faster, your muscles rebuild deeper, and your mornings feel lighter. You move through the day with focus, stability, and drive, and it's not magic, it's chemistry, balance, and respect for the natural process of growth. So tonight, before you close your eyes, remember this: strength isn't built by chance, it's built by choice. Choose to feed your body the light that powers it. Choose to calm your system with the minerals that heal it. Choose to sleep like someone preparing for greatness, not just resting from exhaustion. Because when you honor that process, every morning becomes a victory. Every sunrise greets a stronger, sharper, calmer version of you. And that's the beauty of this truth. You don't have to wait for change. It begins tonight. Wake up stronger. Not just in muscle, but in mind, in energy, in purpose. Because the strongest body in the world means nothing if the person inside it isn't growing too. So let your sleep become your secret weapon. Let vitamin D and magnesium turn your rest into renewal. And when morning comes, don't just rise stronger than you were yesterday.